Hi everyone, Christina here. Today I'm going to be talking about social media trend trains. I know that's a bit of a tongue twister, but I want to talk to you guys about it and how the trends of today in the social media world can actually hurt your mental health brand's online strategy as well as its authentic content. So stay tuned, let's go. So a lot of people follow trends on the social media platforms because they feel that they would get noticed by following those trends and trying them for themselves. But here's the thing, don't be a follower. You need to be a leader. Being a follower, you're only going to blend in with everybody else that is on the platform. So what I think needs to be done here is take into account these trends, be aware of the trends, maybe pick out some that might work for you, but it has to align to your brand and your strategy as well as your personality. Because if you're doing a trend that you don't feel comfortable with, then it's not worth it for you to try and put all your energy into that. It's just not aligning with you, and it's not going to authentically look good when you're showcasing it on a social media platform. So be honest with yourself when you're going through these social media trends and asking yourself these questions. Is this aligned with my brand? Is this aligned with my brand strategy? Is this aligned with my goals that I have for my brand and business? Is this something that would attract my ideal client? Because a lot of people want just to do the trends for attention, but you can't look at it like that, right? And many people fall into the dark hole of, do this trend right now and do this next trend because they feel that that's the only way to grow their platform, their profile, and get their name out there. Now, sure, that's a way to get out there, but I don't think that that's going to help attract the right people that you want, right? You're just going to be attracting all these different people because they liked, that one video you were doing of, the I like to move it trend that was happening. Maybe that's something that could align to your brand. So say if you're a mental health professional and you're trying to educate your ideal customer that, to feel mentally well, you got to get up and move, right? So maybe that trend does align with your strategy, but you have to be aware of that. You need to check in every once in a while when you see these new trends coming up. Is this a good one for me? Is this going to help me in any way? Is it going to improve my social platform status? So it's good to be aware of the trends, but please take on trends that suit your authentic personality. Like I was saying earlier, that you don't want to force yourself into something that you don't want to do, all because you want to get attention, you want to get people to follow you. Don't make it forceful. You want to make it as if it came natural to you, that this is something that you do every day on a daily basis, right? Or if you have a very fun personality that, doing the I like to move it trend, maybe that would work for you. But other than that, there's other trends out there like the shuffle trend. I don't know if that would really apply to, the goals that you have for your brand as a mental health professional, right? There's different ways that you have to look at it in terms of an authentic mindset standpoint, because you don't want to come off looking desperate for attention. You want to come off being really authentic and true to yourself. Most of these trends that are coming up are normally on Instagram Reels or TikTok, all those video-esque marketing platforms. Now, what I'm going to tell you right now is that you need to focus. That's the biggest thing. That sometimes social media can get into our headspace a lot, and it can affect us on how we perform and what we need to do next, right? So you need to come back to yourself every once in a while, check in with yourself, look at the content that you're creating and see, is this working with me? Is this aligning to me and feels right to me, right? And you want to make sure that you're focusing on content that's going to solve your ideal client's problem. So sure, you want to be entertaining, sure, you want to be educating them, and sure, you want to inspire them. But make sure that, whatever you're creating is still true to yourself. Still continue to work on making content that's going to bring them value, because if it doesn't bring value, then it's just a waste of a post, right? So that's the biggest thing in terms of being aware of what you're posting. You need to have a strategy. You can't just post because you want to show up every day. You need to post with a reason and post with some sort of goal in mind, some kind of action that this person can take after looking at your post. So those are things to keep in mind when you're building out your brand online. Don't get caught up with all of the trends because other people are doing it. Be the outcast. Be different. Maybe take those trends and put a twist on it so that you can make sure that it aligns with your brand. And that can help you stand out as well, because you're putting your own interpretation of what you see of this trend and how this trend can maybe tell a story or explain something in terms of what mental health is or how to get over depression. Examples are over the roof, but I'm just trying to give you some ideas of how to take a trend and make it your own, right? And the best thing that I can tell you guys in terms of, trying to get noticed on Reels, on TikTok, all of those platforms, is to keep creating, keep trying, keep experimenting, keep playing with visual stories, photography, images. That's what they're all there for, to tell your message and to share what you want to share with other people of your ideal client. Again, I'm really pushing for this because people like you, mindful healers, mental health professionals, healers of the world, we need you guys. And we need you guys to spread the joy and spread the healing and spread your knowledge. Do it in a creative way, right? A lot of people are visual nowadays. So really get creative with what you can bring to the table and don't give up. Keep trying, keep experimenting, keep making great things. A lot of people are curious, what people create on a day-to-day basis. And sometimes the trends can actually get boring after a while. It's just what trends are, right? The trend train goes for a little while and then people just kind of get bored of it and jump off the train. They don't really want to be associated with it anymore. Whereas for you, when you're creating authentic content on a daily basis, it's always interesting because you're being yourself. You're sharing what you've learned, what you've experienced, and that's different every time, right? Everyone has their own stories. Everyone has something to tell, something to share, and no one has the same story. So that's why I tell you that you need to stick with your online strategy. Use trends sparingly when you feel that it's going to help you get to the next level. But you need to check in with yourself before making that conscious decision. Now, just tying a little bit back into Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, you feel that there's a lot of pressure that you have to constantly keep posting. You need to change that mindset right away. That's not the case. You need to just keep on focusing on your strategy. You don't need to show up every single day. You don't need to post every single day, every single hour. You don't need to do that. And unfortunately with Reels, they do make it very pressurizing on people that they have to follow, a certain trend to be a part of something. It's not the case. I understand the pressures of social media, but sometimes we need to step back and look at everything as a big picture. That social media is a marketing tool. It's to get our name out there, but it shouldn't consume our whole entire life. We need to show up when we can and take breaks when we need to. Because if we don't take breaks, this is where we start falling into the trend train, because we feel pressured that we're not making anything, and these trends will get us on that train and keep going and growing, but not in the right area that I need it to be. So I really want you to check in with your mindset every now and then when you're creating these Reels, when you're creating TikTok videos and YouTube shorts, because of that factor of pressure that you have to keep showing up, and you don't have to. There's no obligation to be there every single day. It's tiring and it's very exhausting, and you need to make sure you make time for yourself to reset, because like I said, the trends can drag out for a while. You have time to make little adjustments here and there to put some trends within your strategy, but then back out every once in a while and do some of your own stuff too. You don't want to overstock yourself, I guess you could say, that you have to constantly keep creating things in order to find some sort of consistency, you could say, consistent followers and all that jazz. You want to just make sure everything comes out naturally to you and not forceful, because it does show within the video. And like I said earlier in this video, that you can look at the trends as maybe something to be inspired by, because they're there for a reason, right? People created these trends. These trends were not something that Instagram came up with. Maybe they did, I don't know. But from what I understand and from what I observed is that they have people on the platform that come up with these ideas, and then people just start following and building up on these trends. Then they become viral, right? So for you just need to study these trends, look at them in a different perspective, take elements from the trends and put a spin on it in terms of how you would interpret it from a mental health professional standpoint. Maybe it's a meme, and I know memes are a huge thing right now. So maybe there's a meme out there that you saw within a trend on Reels or TikTok that maybe you can make a different meme out of it, where you can remix the meme and make it funnier or make it a little bit more serious or something like that. You counterattack it basically, and that might help to get you going, viral, or get you to have more followers. You have to think a bit more creatively, and I know it's hard, and it's so easy to copy somebody else's work. It's done before, many people have done it just to get, something under the table really quick. But in the long run, does it help you? Not really. You might get really lazy after a while, so you don't want to fall into something like that. Take what you see, remix it, and try something else. Because like I said, one day you could create a trend, and maybe become viral. I don't know. Now that's not really the case though, that's not really the goal, is to become viral. The goal here is to bring value to your ideal customers. If you go viral, that's a bonus. Other than that, you don't want to carry that mindset of, oh, I have to be the best, a popular person on social media. It's not a good way to look at everything. It's not it. You want to create a good, healthy community, and a community of people that you can talk to on a daily basis and can really resonate with. And that's so, like I said, trends come and go, but you as a person, you will always be yourself, and you will always be the best of yourself, and you will always be growing. So don't let those trends take over you and lose your authentic personality, because they will come and go. Be aware of that. It's not going to last forever. But your personality, your knowledge will be forever there until the day of passing. But I want to let you know that before you jump on any platform, whether it's Instagram, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Facebook, whether it's TikTok, any of those platforms, you need to tell yourself this: I know who I am, and I know how to portray myself. No one knows who I am except me, and I know who I am underneath the skin. And I will not let social media change who I am as a person in order to get the attention that I need. So that's something to kind of keep in the back of your headspace when you decide to jump on these social media platforms, because it can get quite toxic and you don't want to be a part of that. It's not healthy for you, especially when you're running your own business. You need to have the right mindset and be in the right headspace and energy frame. Anything of that nature, you need to be focused. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning into today's video. I know it was a little bit more of an emotional one, a little bit more of a mindset shift, because like I said, we fall into this rabbit hole so easily, and I just want to make sure that I catch you before anything else happens, and I don't want any of you guys to fall down that rabbit hole of falling into mental health issues. Seeing that you're mental health professionals as well, I'm sure that you guys know, specific tactics to get out of that, but you never know. I want to make sure all of us are healthy and all of us look at social media in a positive light, because yes, it is a very good tool, but it needs to be done properly and be used wisely. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys sitting in and listening to what I would be sharing today. And if you have any questions, you can comment below in my YouTube channel. And also, if you want to subscribe to me and you want to get more videos like this, feel free to subscribe, hit the notification button. Also, I do have a mailing list that I send out a couple of emails every month, sharing anything that's branding and design. So if you guys are interested in following up there, you can also reach me at cmtdsgn.com, and you can sign up to my mailing list if you guys are interested. So thank you so much. Have a good day. Keep smiling. Bye.